Hey guys, it's Pike o'clock. We are here on the Baltic coast fishing for northern pike, and I'm going to test some new exciting products for you. And with me here I have the LOC Waders. They are completely different from all the other models on the market, and let me show you why this is true and what makes these waders so special. So let's hit the water, catch some pike, and I'm going to show you all the important features of those waders. Come on. First of all, let's talk about the material used for the LOC waders, because here this is the biggest difference to all other waders on the market. The guys behind LOC, they have decided to not use a breathable membrane. This actually blew my mind when I heard about the product the first time. I thought, okay, why is someone trying to sell a pair of waders which is not breathable? Because normally we are looking when buying a pair of waders for high breathability. But they found out, and it's obvious that the membrane, that the material which enables moisture, sweat, etc. to be transported from the skin to the outside is the weakest link, if you want so, in the chain. So after tough use, after usage on the water, after running through the brushes, a lot of waders, they start to leak. And this is due to the material. So they decided, no, we want a completely different product, we choose a different material. And this is what you need to know first of all if you want to get to know LOC Waders. Oh, da ist er tatsächlich. So the decision not to use a breathable membrane meant at the same time that the guys behind LOC, they had to come up with a new innovative system how to transport away moisture, etc. from the skin. And this is achieved by the innovative patented 3D mesh tech system. And what it is and how it works, I will show you now. Oh, schon ist er ab. Ja, super. Weg ist er. So ist es am schönsten. The secret of the LOC Waders is hidden on the inside, and it's called the 3D mesh tech system. It sounds a little bit complicated, to be honest, but actually it's a very clever and smart idea. Because a mesh inner layer which can be attached and detached by using a zipper. It starts up here right at the chest and it goes down to the neoprene booties. And that inner layer made of mesh material, it has to fulfill two main functions. First, the first important function is that it creates a kind of cushion around your body. It feels very comfortable, but more importantly, it creates a kind of insulation. Yeah, on a cold day like today, I just have to wear a thin pair of merino long johns and that's it. I don't have to layer up as with ordinary waders because the inner lining, it keeps you warm. At the same time, on a warm summer days, it keeps you dry and cool because the air, it can circulate around your body. Function number two is that the inner lining, it traps all the moisture created by your body. So even on a cold day like today, you're creating moisture. And this is trapped in the mesh material. After a long day of fishing, you just have to open the waders and it can dry out. Or if you want, you can take out the inner lining and wash it if you need to. So in the end, the 3D mesh tech system, it fulfills the same function as a membrane on an ordinary pair of waders. Yeah, it keeps you dry. At the same time, as an add-on, if you want so, it keeps you warm by creating that cushion and by providing that insulation function. Now that you know the little secret on the inside of the LOC Waders, let's take a moment and talk about the outer fabric. Because the outer fabric is what makes LOC Waders so durable and long-lasting. The material here used for the outside is a tree-laminate butyl fabric, and this special fabric has been used by military forces all around the world for creating scuba diving dry suits. Whether for wreck diving, cave diving, deep sea diving, this fabric has done it all. It's been used in the most harsh conditions in the open sea, and you can be sure that it will withstand all the demands of your fishery, whether it's on your local trout stream, on your salmon river, or here on the Baltic coast. The material is not just long-lasting, abrasion resistant and very tough, it's also very soft and it is a little bit stretchy. So that extra stretch, it delivers some extra comfort when wearing, when walking around, when wading, when climbing through the bushes, etc. It's a very nice and comfortable material in combination with the inner lining. As if the industry's most durable fabric wasn't enough, the guys at LOC, they reinforced the knee and the lower parts of both legs with some Kevlar reinforced panels. So some extra protection, if you want so, against rocks, etc. So if you have to knee down on a big rock for landing the biggest fish of your life, the last thing you have to do is think about your waders. Before I hit the water again to catch some nice pike in my afternoon session, let's take a short moment and talk you through all the other important features of the LOC Waders. Let's start at the bottom with the neoprene booties. Here, the guys behind LOC, they used 3mm pre-compressed neoprene material. The material is very compressed and therefore it's more tough, it's more abrasion resistant, and it adds to the long life of the LOC Waders. Because the compressed neoprene booty is a little bit thinner than ordinary, you have to keep in mind to add a sock on the inside which is a little bit heavier. And here's a little tip for you. If you don't know which socks to use, check out what LOC has to offer, and here you find different socks for different weather conditions. For example, very thin merino wool socks for the summer fishery, or what I'm wearing today, very heavy and warm socks for the winter kind of fishing. So we have the 3mm compressed neoprene booties in the bottom, and now let's check out the upper part of the LOC Waders. Most importantly here in the front is the long T-zip, which offers a lot of comfort not just in winter when you have some more layers on the top, but also if you have to take a little natural break. Besides the long T-zip, we have two large pockets, for example for some flies, your mobile phone, etc. But please watch out, it's not a waterproof zip here. LOC Waders, they come with a very high quality wading belt. It's 50mm wide, it has a big buckle on the front, so easy on and off even with cold fingers, and it's kept in place by 4 loops where you can, for example, add a carabiner for your landing net. Yeah, last but not least, LOC Waders, they come with a high quality suspender system, so adjustable obviously, but also some nice features, for example a nice D-ring on the back where you can put on your landing net. Yeah, these are all the important features of the LOC Waders. I will put on my rain jacket again, grab my rod, catch some more pike, and see you guys later. Yeah, not the biggest fish, but another nice fat pike here from the Baltic coast. Quick release, get the hook out. Nice one, and see you later. Yeah, not the biggest one in size, but speaking about sizing, let's have a short moment and talk about the sizing proper sizing of your LOC waders. LOC waders are available in all different sizes, even combinations of short legs, long legs, etc. So there's a proper fitting LOC wader for everyone. Very important tip is don't go up in size, even for the winter fishing. It's very important that you go for the correct sizing so that the inner lining system, it works properly. If you have any troubles finding the correct size, take a look at our size charts. They're a good help, and otherwise you can always give us a call, send us an email, and we will be happy to help you find the proper size of your LOC waders. Yeah, our trip to the Baltic coast here is coming to an end. We had some tough times searching for Baltic pike, but actually the perfect conditions to test those LOC waders. It was cold, it was windy, the temperatures around 1 or 2 degrees, but I was dry and warm all day long due to the inner lining mesh system. Krista by LOC, he told me, Alex, please, just use a thin pair of merino long johns. Trust me, this is enough. And so I did, and I have to say thank you, Krista. You are right, yes, that's enough. I don't have to layer up on the inside. So if you want to know more about how to dress properly when using the LOC waders, check out our video about that topic. And for all those hardcore fishermen out there looking for a really tough pair of waders, check out the LOC waders. They are meant to be out on the water on a regular basis. You don't have to spend your thoughts about where to walk. Focus on the fish, this is important. Don't spend too much thoughts about your waders. So check it out in our shop, Tight Line, see you on the water.